Usually you pay for PPV, but this is free and this is real TV. Grab your cup, pour that drink, roll that blunt, and tell us what you think. Commas come pouring in, women be exposing, man. Fellas start to open up, shorties feeling down to fuck. It's a safe place, spill that tea. That cup is hot, don't let it fall on me. And the stage you keep it funky, might speak for she think. Vibe from the BX, don't even try to stink. Even keep us humble, she consider your feels. And Tati got 3 kids, you better pay them bills. Time is money, make sure your clock is right. Sliding in DMs, you make sure your stock is tight. Ladies, they gonna tell you if you ain't rocking right. I'm telling you, dude, don't end up on top of tonight. It ain't all jokes, get serious too. If I can help what happened to me, not happen to you, it makes it worth it. Let's get drunk on purpose. Start telling stories we would never tell in person. It's real TV.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi, ladies. How are
Monday.
you?
If I wasn't on mute, it would have been nice. Hi, y'all.
Hi. Happy Monday. Love seeing your faces. It's been about 2 weeks. How are we feeling?
Tired.
I feel that. Tired.
I just worked 12 hours. I'm tired. I'm like, why am I still here?
Bro, that part, finding the balance. It's hard. It is hard. But excited to see y'all. Welcome if you're tuning in to the TV family. Monday nights, 8:30, 9-ish. You'll find us.
I'll wait.
We're all trying to like rush after work to hop in. But thank you for tuning in. If you are, hit that subscribe, share. We're trying to definitely get our followers up. All our links to our social media are in the bio. My name is Anastasia.
And I'm Eva the Diva.
And logically about to be Mac, as always.
Yes. And sorry to anyone watching. I'm not in the studio, so I do not have a sound bar. Sometimes it just be running close and I can't make it.
We got Eva improvising. It's all right.
There we go.
You got me in the background.
Even in the building. But so delay on the dating thing, bro. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like a total hit, and people are like not on board.
Not too.
I feel like now,
like I want one, but I don't want one.
Yeah, like I feel like now with the whole change in dating, like people just want to do apps or not in person or like not. It's crazy.
That's what I'm telling you. We don't need to do it on purpose. We need to reevaluate the thought process, right?
Yeah, I'm like, but then I even was like trying to get a list for like just virtual.
Yeah.
Same. Like, and I'm
being
like,
on camera too much.
Are you? I said it like there's not going to be cameras, right? You don't need to. That's the purpose. You don't need
camera is blind,
right?
And it's still like, a whole thing. So we're trying
to be more intriguing. We're trying to hear the person's voice.
We are trying. I thought it'd be easier. Apparently not. So,
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. So we'll turn back to that. But so brings us to today's episode. Shadow work.
So 40.
40. Well, look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, 40. Wow, look at us.
We got
40
up there.
I wish I had a drink with me. If you're listening, go grab a drink. Tune in. So about
it's Monday.
Spill the tea. I'm not drinking this week because I need to fit into a dress in 5 days. So I'm trying to limit my calorie intake.
See if I was closer.
Bro, I was thinking about that today. You know I could take the train to Virginia, right?
Girl, stop playing. You about to make your sessions happen. All right, let's go.
And then why stop there, right?
And why stop there?
Just let's go on all trip.
Right.
You pick me up and then we scoop back down.
Imagine, bro, for real. Because I was like, so today, of course, right? Like it's, when you're on a health journey, you'll have the up and down moments. Work tends to add to the stressful parts of now where I'm eating on the days stuff that I shouldn't be. Or like
while I eat.
It's fine. Right. So then I put on my what do you call it? The waist trainer, but it's the whole like faja piece, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, my smaller size still fits. I'm like, all right, I'm not that bad then, right? But you feel it in your ribs. Like as the day was passing today, I was like, damn. Like trying to breathe, like, okay, a couple more hours. But yeah.
It's hard.
It's a little hard. Yeah, it's a little hard.
But it's all type of just kind of training your muscles too. So
yeah.
You're
But
better than me.
I need Eva services. Oh, if you're listening in, Eva the Diva has her Diva boutique open.
beauty bar.
Oh, beauty bar. Where did I get boutique from? Sorry.
Boutique. I don't know.
Beauty
we should
bar.
do a TV boutique.
True.
Sidetrack.
Sculpting. You do a whole list of things,
shameless
right?
plug.
True. You do a whole list of services, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we gotta promote you.
Say something, Eva.
Right?
I'm stuck.
Turning red. Anything, Eva. Anything.
Like literally just.
You gotta, right? Like, flaunt your expertise, girl.
So it's body sculpting. So I do body sculpting, non-invasive BBL, and I also do lymphatic massages. So that's just to drain out toxins. Like it releases a lot from your body. So that helps a lot too. And that's one of the biggest things too, that even if you when I do the body sculpting, like the wood therapy, like that's to contour, that's all that. But like a lot of the biggest impact I'm getting is more from the actual massages. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But
I mean, that should also help with like energy that you hold in your body. Like,
oh yeah. Like I mean, if we go into details of what my clients tell me, like their journeys to the bathroom looks like it's completely like wow, because it's a lot of that you're releasing from your body that's stored up, that's not draining. So now I'm forcing it to drain, and now it's like all coming out, so you can sweat. Like it you get oily because of it.
So how many sessions do you recommend?
Depends on the body, what you're looking for, and then how we can do that goal realistically, and how maybe, let's say, like you, right? If you knew you had to be in this dress and you had hit me up like last month, like I got a month. I'm gonna be like, all right, now we gotta do it every 3 days, so we can get you to that goal. By that time, you should be able to fit, comfortably and looking good how you want to look. It's probably not gonna be like the most, oh my God, you're gonna have 6 packs in that month, but you're gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
I'm okay without a 6-pack.
Swelling, like a lot of the, that goes down. So it's also really good. And I can prep some stuff. We can definitely bring it on here. Maybe I can do some specials.
Absolutely. We'll I see some of her videos, bro. The results, fire.
Yeah. No, I know. It's funny because I'll be there doing the massages, and I'm like, and all they hear, because I'm over here like just seeing the like real life results, like the changes that hands can do. Like that's the biggest impact, and I love it. I had that medical background, and I think that's kind of like what draws me to it, because it's more of like the holistic side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's more natural. And before anybody wants to go under the knife, right? Like I honestly will say, even after you go under the knife, you still need these massages.
I feel like you're not the same though, to be honest.
No. But here's the thing. They fail to understand that you just don't get surgery and look like that.
No, you need to still
There's an aftercare.
You need to,
these still massages, you still need them. So at the end of the day, I'm still doing what you want me to do without cutting you. So let's go ahead and just try that out. That's why it's
I'd rather
non-invasive BBL and all that. So yeah,
I'm more for the natural way.
And it just really depends.
I'm about to get cut up. Fuck that shit.
Only after I have a kid, I'll be open to a BBL.
That's the thing too. I'm looking for like guy clients too. So like, because you can do abs, you can sculpt all that, but we'll see how this
But people
goes.
also hold a lot of water, right?
Yeah, the water retention. So a lot of the swelling goes down when you do that. And I think one of the biggest things too behind this is I'm doing what I like. I'm doing what I feel like I was called or meant to do, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I always I remember my grandma would tell me like, oh, you have healing hands. So like I never really got that. And then like as I changed, and like I would actually do like a massage like my mom, like, or anybody, like they'll say like, oh my God, like your hands like really like release that pain. So then like now I feel like maybe that was what I was supposed to do.
Probably.
But
also medical you that's healing hands. So.
Exactly. And the biggest part where I saw this was, and I'll be honest too, the money. I mean, it's there.
That's always
because who doesn't want to look good?
Facts. It's always going to be a need.
Exactly. And body sculpting is still so small, so new, that it's like not that hard. As long as you understand the body, as long as you understand. And the biggest thing right now, so the goal with this was to not only help myself, because obviously I want my career, I want, in this case, now my business and building it and making it so much more bigger than what I thought, because what I initially wanted was just be able to provide jobs. So I wanted to start training ladies, or guys that are interested in doing this, that literally all you need is now your hands, the tools, and the time.
There you go. You heard it here, TV family.
So it's like now you're literally your own boss. You have your own time.
Okay.
Like my biggest goal is, as a mom of two, right? Not having that time for my kids, not having the funds for my kids.
Yeah.
Not having all of that. And I feel like as a mom, I lost so much time because I had to work.
Oh, yeah.
Like my kids been camping that I didn't even go to because I had to work. I sent them off camping. You know what I mean? Like little things like that like I look back and I'm like, I feel like I missed out on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and a lot of parents do.
Yeah.
And if that's you, or even if just you want to have that same path,
hey Hugo,
you can do that too. Hey Hugo.
No, exactly.
So it's
and that goes
a way
back
of giving back.
Well, that brings us to, I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Thank you.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
You're right, Eva. And it's hard for moms or single parents in general, right? You still gotta work and gotta make ends meet, and that probably triggers things within you too. But I love that you started with that, of like healing with your hands and doing massages for your body. Not only does it heal you in a physical way, but I also feel like it heals you in an emotional way, which then segues right to our topic on shadow work.
I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. No. I don't watch enough TikTok for this shit, guys.
Well, at least I was almost there. I kind of saw it on TikTok, so I kind of had an idea of that.
So
not what it was though.
I really like this topic, and I'm glad that you ladies really don't have much like insight on it, because that means it's just going to be a genuine, response. And to anyone listening. So anyone listening doesn't know what shadow work is. It's wanting to give yourself permission to heal, and shed light on what you're resistant to bring to the surface. Things that we just automatically like bury as a child, as a teen, young adult, until now, right? So how you even start to shadow work is just getting a journal for yourself. That's it. And it's just to keep track of your personal growth, right? It's helping yourself be able to be vulnerable and honest with yourself, but not judging yourself. There's a difference. Don't judge yourself. It's just being like honest and open with what you're with, just you, right? And maybe things.
Is it journaling?
Yeah, it's journaling. You could do it in a journal way. I mean, you could do it with like a group of friends. Like, let's just say if we did a session together.
Isn't that what we do already?
Yes and no. Yes and
no.
So the questions I have, we're gonna do a session today. Hey, there we go.
I saw those questions.
Some questions that I have. Honestly, there's tons and tons of questions. Like when I was going through these questions, I'm like, all the stuff that you should ask yourself, I'm like, shit, I've never even thought about this until this very moment. Um, so anyone listening, if you're in the chat, hey, chime in. If you want to answer the questions that I go through, definitely do that. And if you want to hop on, let us know. We can send you the link. But I think this is really good, more so because how dating has changed, right? And thinking, okay, like, what can we do differently in our dating lives, right? What are we doing that we're still attracting the same kind of individual? And then when I came to terms with it, is more of like, okay, you really have to have a strong self-love to attract what's healthy for you in a relationship, different from what you've already been with and what hasn't worked. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I thought I just had to go outside.
I mean, that too. I don't get out either.
Sorry, I'm literally
She's
just
like, I
joking.
just needed fresh air. I needed fresh air.
But even if you're going outside, right? Like, I feel like sometimes when we don't take care of certain things within us, we're still going for the same type of person.
Right.
Without even
Not
realizing.
even just that. I saw, and I'm not going to say it, but I saw one of the questions kind of basing it on that. So I think we should get to those questions too. I'm like interested, excited, because these questions kind of had me tearing up, and I'm like,
really? Oh fuck!
Guys,
like, hold on.
Not only for us, but like, for everyone that listens to us, right? This, if you don't want to hop on and answer the questions with us, you can answer it for yourself. Write it down. Do some like just self-awareness, because
write them down.
Honestly, when I did look at these questions, it did trigger lots of memories or emotions, and I'm just like, oh snap, I forgot about that. And then you start to disconnect the dots. I'm like, oh wow, maybe that's why this and this still bothers me, or whatever, right? Like, it's just different. It'll make sense once I start going through the questions. So,
and you would think like, it's like, oh, maybe just like your healing journey or whatnot, but it's not, because when I looked into it too, like, the inner child healing is completely different, because they call that reparenting yourself.
Yes.
And as a parent, it makes sense, because when I told y'all, I've been working on that inner child healing, and what I've literally done is kind of that, like, give that little girl a hug and tell her, like, no, mama, like, look, this is okay, like, this is good, this is why this happened, like, this is, like, trying to explain to myself, like, if I was talking to my kids.
Yeah
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You just said Val's already planning out exit strategies for the deeper questions. You might be on
system issues.
We're all here to help each other heal, right? Like, we're all here to target the parts
I think I'm doing all right, you know what I mean? We'll see.
Yeah.
And something happened to me the other day. Probably not the other day, probably like more than a week. And it was honestly really small, like such a small thing, but I was triggered, right? And I took a step back and I was like, why am I triggered by this? And it was just of like, I was talking to an individual, and I was just like, hey, I want to talk to you later about something. And first they were like, okay, and then just like left it undelivered, right? And at first I was like, whatever, because to majority of people I speak to, I'm unbothered, right? But I feel like when you like somebody, certain things will bother you. So I was really triggered, where of like, I've really felt away. And I was like, why do I really feel away? Right? Like, anything could have happened that they just didn't respond after that, right? And when I really sat down about it, it was more of like, I was triggered because this is something that used to happen in my old relationship, where they would purposely be like, I'm not talking to you today. And then just block me or like whatever, as we're in a relationship. So automatically, like,
that would have been an easy, like, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm sorry.
It would have been
Hola.
black.
What's up, Hugo? That's my guys on my show on Tuesday nights of the round.
You.
Who's that? Seabass? Hello. I wonder who's on.
If anyone listening, that's Val's other podcast that she does on Tuesdays. Tune in. If you're into, all Marvel, DC, comics, things like that, there you go. Check it out.
Everything pop culture,
Everything.
pretty much.
Pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing love and tuning in. So yeah, so then it was like that of like connecting the dots. I'm like, why am I bothered by this? And it just
Mhm.
triggered that emotion of like being ignored, or like you just dead, just be like, nope, I'm not talking to you. But that's something that I dealt with a narcissist. So, thank
Thank you,
Aw,
T.E.A.V.
yeah.
you. And that's what triggered this whole thing
Right.
first. Oh, like, damn.
Okay. Do you
Now
think it
this.
was so you acknowledging that you may have been feeling or not over? I don't want to say this because I hate when people say this, but do you feel like you were overreacting because of your previous experience?
Um.
Because I don't want to invalidate
Well,
how you were feeling. It's normal. Or was it
yeah, yeah.
something that was valid?
I didn't react with the feeling though
Okay.
You were just able to
to that
identify
person.
it.
Like, I didn't react to the person. I was like, it's not even that serious, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because me and this individual have really good communication. So then I'm like, why am I bothered? And it was that of like that feeling of like, I don't want to be bothered with you, or I'll just ignore you just because I want to. But it wasn't
Okay.
even like that, right? So I took a step back. I didn't even say anything about it. I let the next day pass. Um, and then they reached out and was like, really communicative. And I then, because this is, working on me talking about feelings in the moment, I was like, oh, you know what? I really appreciate that. Um, and what's crazy is like, I honestly was triggered, and this is why I was triggered. And this is
Mhm.
just to give you a little insight on, my trigger from it, but I'm acknowledging it. And they were just like, no, it makes total sense. And, I agree. Like, it was a little rude, and I apologize for that. So
Okay.
it was like oh, wow, this is great communication. Like,
That's awesome when you get that too.
yes.
It makes a world of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, I feel like this is so important for people to do,
Yeah.
of really digging within yourself. Because how can you be really healthy 100% in a relationship if you aren't healthy within yourself?
Mhm.
Facts.
And sometimes it's hard to even come to that realization. You'd be
To
like,
accept it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I do have some questions. I'm going to go through them, and we can go around giving our answer.
I
You
will
don't need
go
to.
last every time.
I mean,
Okay.
you don't need to. And then, anyone listening, if you want to answer, put your answer in the chat. More than happy to.
Okay.
I feel like I'm excited about this. I feel like that it's going to make some progress, and
I
um,
one of us is excited. Yeah. Because I
you
have
know,
I don't
no
know.
I'm
idea
more.
what to
Honestly,
expect.
I
I
think I'm
think
more
like
excited because of the revelation I had within myself of the other day of like, oh wow, like, okay, I feel like this,
It's
but it's okay.
working.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I think
working.
All right.
Val, I
Let's
think
see.
Tashi's excited. I'm because kind of still confused, but I'm like I'm not knowing exactly what to
It's gonna
expect because I
make
kind of
sense.
saw
It's gonna make
what
sense.
it said, and I'm like, ooh. And then Val's like completely in the dark, and I love this.
Facts, because I love like the genuine responses when you guys don't know. All right, cool.
Here we
So
go.
first question is, what parts of yourself do you judge?
Everything? What the fuck does that mean? We're girls.
But like, all right,
So
let's say
and
judge the most. Like, judge the
and
most.
when you mean what do you judge yourself the most? Is it like physical or like anything or
Anything.
like
What's the most? Let's
anything?
just give like, what's the most thing you judge yourself about?
Judge like in like a negative way?
Yes, in a negative way.
Oh wow. Definitely my actually yeah, Spellman cares.
Physical
Physical
appearance.
appearance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm very judgmental because I've gained. I'm much bigger than when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say much, but I am. Um, So definitely my weight now. And I think more so my most insecure thing right now is in work. I always feel like I'm never good enough at work, which is kind of
Mm.
weird.
It's not.
Um,
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I put a lot of into myself, lot into the to what I do, and lately more than anything, it always feel like it's never good enough, and that's quite frustrating. But yeah, yeah.
Do you know how this is? Do you know how I know this is working already? Because Val went
What?
first, and she said she's going last.
Wow,
If
you an
you saw, I
asshole.
was like, if you saw, I was like,
Sorry, my bad. No,
No,
I'm like,
damn,
let me
I
no,
did
stop
go
this girl.
first.
Yo,
No,
I
go ahead,
love
go
it.
ahead. That was it. That was it.
No, I love it.
no, I love it too. That's why I was like, cool.
Fuck.
Um,
Here we go.
I think in the same sense, like Val says, we're girls, like, and like what I was saying earlier, we're a little bit harsher on ourselves. Motherhood
Mhm.
for me. Um, Definitely my appearance, in the same sense too. Like my weight has definitely gone through its waves, and I'm
Aw.
not up here right now, but it's like I feel like I'm just stagnant in a sense, and I'm like, I don't like where I'm at, but at the same time, it's like I'm not going anywhere else. Like, kind of just
Yeah.
Mm,
wanting to accept myself in a sense, you know.
absolutely.
I think those would be like the two harshest, and I think the other
None of
one
this.
where I
We're
just feel,
girls. I'm the same. I'm judgmental of every part of myself equally.
Aw.
Oh, you're right here. I'm
oh,
sorry. My
Thank
bad.
you for sharing that,
We
Hugo.
we're human. We always
we
judgmental.
are
Not girls.
humans.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. Um, but yeah, I think those would be my biggest harshest ones that I feel
Yeah.
like I judge myself a lot, and
Mm.
I hold that.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to show like we're all more alike than probably people realize, even with people listening, because those are my top two on,
Hmm.
like the physical, right? I'm probably not where I would want to be. But also, I think what overpowers that is like never feeling enough or feeling like I'm never doing good enough.
Yeah.
And then it's understanding or trying to understand where does that come from, which I've already come to terms with where it might come from. Um, but it's coming to terms with where does you ladies come from of not feeling good enough. So for me, not feeling good enough comes from growing up. Everything needed to be a specific way, clean a specific way. Grades need to be here, or that's not good, and it just travels. Where you always feel like you have to be perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's okay, Val. You don't gotta say nothing.
I want to say like
Uh,
my weight one comes from that too. I would say
mm,
childhood in a sense, because like you said, everything had to be perfect,
yeah.
and I was in like beauty pageants, and I did Miss Northern Teen Virginia or whatever shit,
Mm,
and I was held like at a certain point by my parents, right? That I need to look a certain way. I need to act a certain way. I need to talk a certain way. I
mm-hmm.
need to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's at that point where it's like I can't like bobble myself anywhere, to where like, me even getting up pregnant was like
Mm.
a disgrace in a sense. So having then my son, after when I got pregnant with him, I gained about 60 pounds. Like I shoot up there. And when I had him, and the postpartum of it, my mom had cut out like a model from the magazine, and she posted it on my
No
fridge.
way. What the hell?
And she was like, "This is so like when you're hungry, you remember what you look like."
This is where I need my buttons at. What the fuck?
So now I'm 36,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm good enough in a sense, right? Because I'm not in that standard, I guess.
Hold on,
That's
let
the
me
And
pull
it
some
sucks.
comments real quick. Hugo says, or does that mean I'm one of the girls? Snap,
Snap,
he snaps.
snap, snap.
Hugo,
Yeah.
you're you're one of us. Nasty
Yes.
writes, for the appearance part though, for real, men and women, you are what you speak out loud. You've got you all got unmatched personalities. Don't let weight determine how you feel about yourselves.
Aw.
Spellman says, physically, I look. You had high
I would,
standards as a young child.
yeah. I think that's something we all can
Yeah.
relate on.
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
sure. All right, well, next question. When do you feel triggered the most?
Define triggered. Like reactionary that I want to punch you in the
Um,
face, or like, oh,
triggered
that hurt my feelings. Like, what do you
triggered
mean
All of
by
it.
emotionally,
triggered?
triggered emotionally or anxiety or angry, either one, whatever one takes more of a higher standard, like of the most.
Go ahead. You got this, even. Cause
I think for
cause
me, it's more like relationship triggers.
Mm.
No lie, nasty, no
yo
lie. That was legit my
When
first
people tell
thought
me what to
too.
do, that's
Because
yo
I recently just kind of went through that to where I'm like I
like, don't
felt
be
like I
fucking
was the
telling me what to
child
do,
and you
bro.
was telling me what to do. I looked at like
bruh.
talking to me.
You know what another
Yeah, it was
thing that
that
triggers
I
feeling.
me? You know what? Can I really? You know what
yeah.
I really dislike? When people insult my intelligence. Like,
Mm,
no shit, sure. Like, what the fuck are you telling? I don't like when people tell me the fucking obvious. Are you fucking stupid? Like, does
talk
it
about
say
it.
stupid on my fucking forehead? Like, that shit burns my fucking blood. Like, it's like, anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
No,
Or when
there
they
we
tell me
go.
what to do, like Nasty said, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to be told what the fuck to do. You know, my ex used to do, and this is true story,
Hmm.
because he knew I disliked being told what to do. So when I was doing something, he would tell me to do it when I'm already doing it to me, and then I would want to stop just because you're fucking telling me to do it. Like, like if I was picking up something from the floor, oh yeah, pick that up from the floor. I'm like, or if I was already doing the laundry, separating, oh yeah, can you make sure you do the laundry and separate? Like, those are just examples of some bullshit. And it would, yo, what the fuck? Why are you doing that when you know I don't like being told what to do? That shit would piss me off. He would purposely want to piss me off and joke about it like it was cute. It's not cute. It really isn't.
Yeah.
And then that would make me not want to do it. No, motherfucker, now you do it. I don't want to do it. But
Mm. Where do you think it
I
stems from?
being told what to do. That's a great fucking question. I don't know. I'm weird, bro. I'm a Sag. Trying to
No,
tell me
it's
what the
not.
fuck to do.
There's
It
always
has
gonna
a root.
be. There's gonna be something. So we're gonna dial back. We're gonna come back to you. I want you to think about it. Of like, okay, what about someone telling me what to do am I bothered by? Eva, what about you?
And I'm gonna go with the same one because I just went through the same thing. Like, that was an actual trigger for me, and I'm like, and I because I maybe cheated, Val. I read the questions
Oh.
right there.
Yes.
Nasty got it.
Oh.
Nasty got
What?
it. Nasty got it. Because when I was looking back and thinking, I was always told what to do.
Bro, we all
I
Hold
have.
on.
never had a
Strict
backbone.
parents, not being in control of your actions and decisions, lack of freedom.
Check,
And
check,
what's
and
crazy is
check.
that because that was gonna be my answer, and we all have that same response, and that's exactly what it stems from. Because I had a very strict household.
Yep.
Yo,
Look, we're making progress. Look at that.
that
We shadow working, Val.
lack of freedom.
Yeah.
That right. Wow.
Yeah.
And not being able to just make your own decisions on certain things.
I'll be here
I'll be
all night. Wait, assuming shit. Just ask me. That's one of
oh,
his triggers?
That's
that's a
Okay.
triggering.
yep,
Definitely.
that's a strong one.
Hmm.
Yep. The assuming
Uh,
thing, that'd be annoying. For sure.
now I don't assume nothing. I already know. If I'm asking you, it's because I know the answer.
I mean,
Exactly.
usually for us.
I'm giving you the
Uh
opportunity to
yeah,
tell
To
me
tell the truth.
before I tell you.
facts. Like
Mhm.
I always say that. Just tell me. Like tell me up front before I hear it from somewhere else or find it out myself. But
Yo,
um
lack of freedom. Not being. Don't tell me what the fuck to do. What about the? All right, nasty. What about the insulting my intelligence? Where did that come from? Come on, I need to know.
I mean
You know what?
he knows you'll
I'll
want
tell you right now.
so
Where?
As Latinos, we joke a lot. Ay, no
yeah.
seas mensa. Ay, no seas
Or
boba.
yeah.
No seas una tonta. ¿Qué porquería es eso?
That verbal abuse.
That shit is like,
Hmm. And we know more of your backstory, so it's more of like that. Not because you're very smart, but not acknowledging your achievements, right? Not giving that like praise on like the real proud moments. Yep.
being belittled.
Belittled.
Mhm.
Yep.
That he said, she said,
Yeah. Hmm.
feeling like people
You're
don't
smart
think
enough.
you're
Yep.
smart enough too.
That one right there.
Feeling belittled.
What the fuck? What? Where did this come from?
Yep.
Can I leave now? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Because
Yeah.
too, you gotta
Hold on.
remember.
Seabass says, I think it's a Latin thing. And if you notice, it's really that older generation. As we got older, we noticed
Absolutely.
their issues.
Right.
Absolutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could
Could
have.
have,
Could have been.
I mean, he went to school for
but I chose money.
I chose money.
for psych for
Nasty could have been a
for
therapist.
psychology. So yeah, he
Really?
went to school for it. Mhm.
Wasting your
Um,
degree.
Oh, shit.
but it's true because we do have a lot of similar to our
Yeah.
growing up. Um, but it's true. It's like you had a lot of responsibility and you didn't get recognized for it.
Yeah.
She's mind blown right now.
Girl,
I love
I'm
it
telling you, when I did that sneak peek with these questions, this is what I'm telling you. I was like almost tearing up with these damn questions.
because it actually makes you really think, and then it triggers memories and it
It's not
triggers the
us.
emotions to those memories and be like, damn, what the fuck? Crazy, right? All right, we go to the next one. Um, what are the emotions? Asking yourself this: what are the emotions I find difficult to let myself feel?
Wait. Say that again.
What are the emotions? What are the emotions I find difficult to let myself feel? She's done.
I want to say
I can go first if
pain.
you want.
Yeah, you go first.
Um, one
That.
one I can say is that I have that I find difficult to let myself feel is death.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and why is because I dealt with death as a little kid a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So now when it comes to it, I'm completely numb.
You're desensitized. So it's like a norm.
Hmm. So when I really thought about it, it was more of like when you lose your biological parents as a child, there's nothing worse than that. Besides a sibling, God forbid. Or a child, God forbid. But
Right.
I think it becomes very difficult to be able to work through those feelings after you're already traumatized as a child.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I would say.
Eva?
Oh yeah. The death one I get, but I think for me that one more stemmed from work. I would say though, it kind of trickled in with my dad's passing to where like I said, I don't think I've till this day, it's been 3 years now, and I don't think I've fully mourned him. You know what I mean? I don't think I've given myself that chance to do so.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes in with like my answer, which is pain. Like as soon as something like triggers me or something hurts me or gets me upset, like I will try to find the way to like just push it off and continue with my day. I will give myself reasons as to why it doesn't hurt, why it shouldn't hurt, why I shouldn't give that importance.
Makes sense.
But now in my healing, it's all coming up.
Yeah. For sure.
So now this is the what the fuck time, but it's years of, I think, of keeping it in.
But remember, you're holding all that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Val.
What's the question again?
What are the emotions I find difficult to let myself feel?
Emotions.
Emotions in general, or like,
bitch, I don't feel nothing.
oh snap. Okay.
No, shit, this is tough. A lot, yo. Like I'm a
All right,
wall, bro.
give me the top one.
Vulnerable.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in me. It's not gonna be, and it's never gonna be.
I wouldn't say never,
Nah, fuck that shit.
because you've been vulnerable here.
Yeah, I don't like it, and that shit sucks. That's why I like being the dick.
But it's important for you. I'm proud that I'm honestly like a lot of episodes we've done for the both of you. Like I'm really proud of you guys opening up more than you probably even thought of. But it's actually helped you and be like, wow, here we are. Dependency.
Yeah. Yo, I could see that for you, bro.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. Those are clapping hands. I'm assuming.
Oh, I was like,
I know I'm on my phone. I'm like,
the emojis aren't great down here, but I'm assuming that's clapping hands, saying when you
I
saying
think it
proud.
was.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Dependency is a strong one. That's another one.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I would say that I would have the opposite, but that wouldn't be like my top though.
Yeah.
All right. So ask yourself this. When I think, no, what are the, no, when I think back to hurtful memories, what do I experience in my body?
You had to do that one.
So when you think of hurtful memories, what do you experience within your body? Not even just your mental.
Val's like, go, Eva.
For me, Uh, I would say anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
More on like the palpitations and nausea.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Um, definitely, I would say the same. The anxiety. I mean, I've had even episodes, right, or panic episodes. Um, the body definitely does respond. I feel
Yeah.
the other big thing that I feel a lot, and this is what I was sharing earlier, is and it may be from the same, like I said, feelings that I'm just been harboring. I don't know, but I feel it here.
Mm.
I feel like there's like,
Heaviness.
Mm.
I don't know, just like
A
it just
welling.
hits me like it's
Oh, that's a good
there.
word.
Yeah.
It's a welling inside you that, yeah.
It needs to come out, and it's just like I don't know how to get it out, and it frustrates me too, because it's like, why am I feeling this? Why is it making me this sick? Like, why does it make me, you know what I
It's
mean?
like
Like,
you have to cry it out.
cry it out in a
It's like
sense,
yeah. I feel
like
like
a
I need
release,
a good cry.
Yeah,
right? Like a release, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think those are like the biggest ones that I have.
that's a good one.
Wow. Hmm. Wellingness I would relate to the nausea thing. When I get extremely emotional when in the past, I
Mm.
get really bad anxiety attacks and I throw up every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Um, I don't allow myself to get to that point anymore. And so I just don't let things bother me the way I used to. I'm at a
Consciously, but
Nasty says emptiness, which as you grow older, you find things to fill that emptiness, whether it be vices or people, etc. That one's a good one too. You
Mm-hmm.
feel
that's
hollow.
what I struggle with. Filling
Yeah,
with vices.
yeah,
Yeah, I've definitely got better with it. But yeah,
yeah. I fill mines with hobbies that I never finish. Yeah.
I actually had this conversation the other day. And it's true. Like I'll dive into alcohol for a bit. Get into some like writing, anything with art, uh, gym, or alone time, or just separate myself. But trying
Yeah.
to replace those with healthy fillers.
I just ordered a M&M's McFlurry and had a six-piece. First of all,
It's okay.
where do you find a working McFlurry machine? Because you a damn lie.
They all don't work.
You're just lying.
Yeah, I mean, and food's another
In a
one.
sense,
That's
like
one of my big
coping,
big
Yeah,
struggles. Food to cope.
coping, yeah.
they work in Elizabeth. Shit.
All right. So that goes Eva. That goes to straight to like, what do I do to cope with difficult emotions?
Mm. So I was thinking about that.
Hmm.
I don't think I have healthy ones.
I mean, we probably all don't have healthy ones. So
Mine is more of avoidance. When
mm,
these questions had me thinking, I think mine is more avoidance. Um, like I said,
What's the question
I
again?
I could probably
what do I
fall
do to
asleep.
cope
Oh,
with these difficult emotions, or like with difficult emotions in general?
Hmm.
like I was saying, with like I just kind of keep pushing. Like if something were to bother me, I'd rather take a nap and wake up and be like, all right, can't do nothing about it, and kind of keep it pushing. But
Mm,
I try not to give it that importance. But although it was important in a sense, I just didn't want to deal with it.
you're just suppressing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I handle mine pretty well. I hit up people and I say, yo, I need a fucking vent. I'm pissed the fuck off because people piss me off, and then I get over it.
But do you really get over it?
Yeah, because you know what I've learned a long time ago is you can only be worried about the things that are within your control. And if you can't control it, it doesn't deserve too much energy. Get it out of your system, get through it, talk the shit out, and let it go. Dwelling doesn't help anyone.
It was the other thing I saw that's kind of reminded me of that was if you really think about it,
Mine
and
was
if it's not going
coitus.
to be mine was
That
that
sounds
sounds fun.
familiar. With which part? I don't know which one.
You hitting up and be like, I need to vent.
Oh yeah. See, exactly. Y'all know. Y'all know.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good question. Uh, I would say, I mean, I probably don't do this as much, but food is one of my coping things that I go to.
Oh, I think I do too.
When it's like I use it as an excuse of like if I had a shitty day, fuck that, I'm ordering pizza because I had the worst day ever and I deserve it. Right? Like it's just shit like that. But going through your own self like reflection, you start to realize like, okay, well, my issue's still there afterwards anyway. And I only get the satisfaction of the food on the instant eating it. But also me doing even deeper diving into that, which I think I spoke about on probably another episode here on like, but that already originally stems from my way of used to coping with things is doing drugs, and then food replaced that. But now I need to have a healthy replacement in food.
Yeah.
Of course, it's better than drugs, but the food not so much, because you just, well, for me anyway, you binge into it and then afterwards you just feel crappy.
Right. Yeah.
That or alcohol, they work hand in hand.
Yeah.
Or like
I
Eva,
used.
I'll
Never
just be
mind.
numb to it
I
for
was gonna say something more than I want to say on here, so it's fine.
no good.
But I know it's old. What I used to
Mm.
do, it's not a big deal.
All right.
You know, it was the other thing though, that I saw and I was mentioning it after Val was it said if it's not gonna matter or have that much importance in 5 years, don't even give it more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to apply that.
Yeah, but see, at certain points in your life, you don't know what will bother you for 5 years, right? Especially when you're younger. When you're younger, you just everything is like the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah.
Bro. As a
Especially as a
teenager,
teenager.
bro,
Oh,
like it's like the end of the world.
I'm
yeah.
But
telling you,
shit.
I'm going through it all with my daughter right now, like her teas and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I love it. I'm here for it though. Like, it's not the end of the world, mama. Like like I said, I'm really trying to be the opposite and be there for my child. You know, so I'm glad we have these calls. But yes, as a teenager,
Oh yeah, feel like your world's
everything's the end of the
crumbling.
world.
Yep,
Yeah.
it happens. All right. Well,
Food gives you comfort subconsciously
a homie.
from it's a home cooked meal, happy home, etc. Food gives you the comfort subconsciously. Yep,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Um. All right. Here's gonna come a little tougher one. So, what emotions were invalidated during your childhood?
Everything. You
Yeah.
were not. Children are not meant to be heard. You are not. You weren't even allowed to cry.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cry. I'm gonna give you something to cry about. What you crying for?
That
you
part.
know,
Yeah.
Right there.
or if they only knew what you were really thinking and how completely alone you felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. Definitely. Um, I think it may be the ones that trigger me now in relationships, you know.
Expressing
Mm.
yourself,
Expressing yourself.
the ability
Yes.
to fail, support, the list goes on. Yeah,
Facts.
right.
Facts.
That ability to talk, you know, the communicating part, that's something that, again, you know, kind of like what we were talking about with the other question is, I didn't even have a backbone. Like, I couldn't even talk back to my dad. I couldn't talk back to my
Mm.
mom because everything was like a smack or something, you know. But it's like
Yep.
I brought that into my relationship to where it's like it was just a whatever you say, and that obviously did not go well. So you know, as time went
No,
by
yeah.
and then things shifted or whatnot, and now I have to say through relationships that I have had, they taught me to communicate. Now that's very important for me. I'm not the best at it still, but I've come a long way from where I was before. You would ask me what's wrong, I'd be like, nothing. I'll smile in your face.
Mm.
It was talking back instead of talking to. Yep,
Right.
yep.
That part.
Like who? Yeah, you're not allowed to do any of that. It
Nope.
was
You know how like even in English, like if you like call for somebody, they'd be like, what? I couldn't even say what.
Oh, you can't say what? Yeah.
No,
mm-mm.
I couldn't. That was disrespectful.
I
Who
mean,
did
if
I
it's
think
a
I was talking
little,
back to my parents like that?
yeah,
You
it's
know what
more
I mean? It
like
was like that.
yes. I mean, I wouldn't appreciate what either though. So
Or like, and even in
If
Spanish,
you could,
like
what you can
que.
hear.
yeah. So
That's what I.
But but even in Spanish though, even if I had to like que, it would have been like completely rude. It was que mande.
mm, not
Difference does
yet,
that make?
Yeah.
bro. As a kid, I had to say "si señora, si señor."
Yep. Me too.
Crazy. Like
Family
so.
gatherings, I literally would have to walk in like asking for blessings on everybody.
Uh,
Like I don't even know
Oh,
how
bendición,
that works.
bendición,
yeah,
bendición.
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 Everybody, to everybody,
Everybody
all
in the
adults.
freaking
Yeah,
room.
I still say that shit every day to every adult. Like,
I can't
Do
say it, but
you?
like not walking
yeah,
into like your tíos or tía's house and like literally see from like left, wrapped around to
bendición,
right, and you have
bendición.
to go
Yep,
all around
Yeah.
everybody. Yep.
because if you miss somebody,
Oh, forget
who
it.
do you
Te
think you
falta
are?
respeto. Yep.
You from the streets now? Like, en nuestro hermano, vale respeto. You know, it's like a huge thing. So
Yeah,
definitely that.
I feel like
My daughter don't have to kiss or hug anyone she don't want to.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Yes, please.
yeah,
Because
I feel like
even as an adult,
why
that shit made me like uncomfortable when my mom tried to do it recently, and I was like, I don't know this person. I can talk for myself
Oh,
now. I don't know this
next.
person. No disrespect, but
I'll say the hellos and goodbyes for her. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a need. I think that's just too much. And you're right, even as an adult, like there's times that people. Actually, I was in the mall the other day, and I was just sitting down on the like those seats that you can chill at. So I
Mm-hmm.
was waiting for an engravement I was getting done, and this group of kids. I wouldn't say kids, probably like 20s maybe. Um, came
That's
up. To me.
adults.
I mean, I feel like kids to me. Uh, came up to me right, and I'm already like, what the fuck, like. They were some exchange students here from the Philippines doing like a survey,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to like shake my hand, and I did kept my hands to myself. I'm like, all right, well, how can I help you? Like, I feel like if it's you're not comfortable, you don't need to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that's not needed whatsoever. But I feel like this is something we all can say the same thing, literally, because we all have a
Mm-hmm.
similar growing up of you wasn't they wasn't hearing anything you had to say. It didn't matter.
Nope. Yeah,
Nope.
It didn't matter.
your opinion
And
wasn't needed.
if they didn't believe you, whether you was telling the truth
Bruh.
or not, it didn't matter. It was what they said and what they thought
Mm-hmm.
didn't like.
Their
uh,
narrative of it.
There was no, and it's crazy because I feel like the way they see things is only their way,
Mm-hmm.
Of
right?
course.
And they don't even realize that us as kids, we don't see things that way. Like there's things that I look back and I'm like, yo, I wasn't even thinking about that back then. And they expected me to know shit that adults know. That the thought process
Yeah,
is
and
just
how would you know
different.
that as a child
And
if
even if you knew it as a
you're not
child,
being
you can't
guided
understand it.
Still
correctly?
don't understand it. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna,
Yeah.
I think one that really stood out to me when I was like reading this question was the feeling of the feeling of uh that comes with not being with your biological parents and not being understanding to the fact of like we're allowed to be emotional about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say that's one that really stood out. Besides not able to express anything. But yeah.
Yeah. It's not fair to you.
Um, but you know. All right. So, well, what do you wish people saw in you?
Hmm. That's that's an uncomfortable question.
That's a loaded question.
It
Oh
is.
wow. Who?
Mm. Oh, I think I got a headache with that one.
It's okay.
That was tough. Wow.
I know it was gonna hit.
Mm. That shit's hard.
Hmm.
Now or in my past?
I would say now, right? 'Cause we're, working on healing. Like, so what do you think? Well, what do you wish people saw in you now?
Mm.
The genuine nature behind my actions, Nancy says.
Mm,
People see it. Trust me, we do.
yeah, we see it. Um, I had to really think about this when I seen the question, and
I think it was this one and another one that got me tearing up too.
yeah, one thing I can say, one of my answers was, I wish people can see past why my relationships didn't work because that's not who I am. That doesn't define who I am. And not being open to really seeing like the genuine person that I am. Like there's no um
That we do see.
there's no
Like an
like
ulterior motive.
yeah, there's no ulterior motive behind it. But I see in all three of you now today's strength. Aww. I'm not gonna cry.
Being vulnerable,
Hugo, like
putting
for
yourself
Thank
out
real.
there.
I'm trying to hold these tears back.
um and
Damn.
I think also just seeing in me like the emotional side isn't a bad thing, right? Like because I grew up faster than I had to, automatically thinking like I can't be emotional. I need to rock it out. And being just having people just see that like it's okay to just be me and that I am a great person. Not defining me of what I've been through or automatically assuming like I'm crazy or something because of what I've been through, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean I'm next, Val.
Wow. So my immediate reaction to you asking that question,
Mm-hmm.
um, was just that I'm lovable, that I deserve love, real ones, you know?
You do deserve love.
Um,
Absolutely.
I've struggled a long time with not feeling good enough, n- not being loved the way I wanted to be loved, and yeah. So it's simple for me, but still tough to receive.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. You're
You
definitely
got me
lovable.
crying, Val.
I was not expecting that question. It was like, whoo, smack in the face kind of thing.
There's
And
another
That's why
one.
I saved it
yeah,
towards the end because I knew it was.
There's another one that made me cry too. These are hard questions. Like I said, they make you think. And honestly, I don't even know if I have an answer for that question yet. Because I want to say maybe it's a little bit with what like Nasty was saying, that like I have genuine intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like everything that I say or do is always taken as, oh, she thinks she's too good.
Mm.
Like they always perceive it as it's coming from like a negative place or like a higher place in my head or something, like where I mean no ill with it, with things that I will say or, you know, share or advise on. I really mean well, because if I'm talking to you, it's because I like you. And if I like you, it's because you're in my life for a fucking reason, you know?
Right.
So I would say that. But I think too that I'm not always okay.
Mm.
And that was hard to say right now. Hold on.
It's okay. It's okay not to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've learned.
Yeah.
Well, we made a lot of progress, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
That even if I smile, I'm not okay. And it's okay to ask me if I'm okay.
Mm.
I'm not made of stone. I have feelings.
Yeah.
I'm there for everybody, but sometimes I do feel like I need somebody for me. And I wish they could see that I'm not strong like they think I am.
So you want people to see that you're actually very open. You just need that helping hand of being able to open up.
Jesus.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think we got a breakthrough.
I don't like these questions. These questions were very strong. They were very heavy.
Honestly, and I left some other difficult ones out actually. But I'm proud of both of you. You know.
Fuck you, bitch.
But
yeah.
I think it is okay for someone to ask if you're okay, but genuinely,
right? Not. Are you on your period? Or is it that time of the month and that's why you're acting
Bro,
a
that's
certain
so
way?
annoying. That's so
You
annoying.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this past week has been really hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 3 years for my dad, and then, you know, Mother's Day, and I don't have the kids with me right now, so it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. But like, you know, I smile it off. So
It's okay not to smile.
but if I don't smile, then it's, oh my God, why are you acting like that? I hate the one thing, honestly. Sometimes I think it's my biggest pet peeve when they're like, you'll be fine. You'll get through it.
That's definitely something that I've really made sure like not to be like, because that's not like I had a lot of like 50-50 in my old relationship of being open to what's bothering me, but also be like, why are you crying? You mad off right now. Like, get over it. And that feeling of, and you know, being invalidated is more of like, I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. Like, all your feelings are valid, even if I may not agree with why you're upset, but that's just my
You
own
feel
opinion.
them.
But I understand your feeling of whatever it might be, and it's just validating somebody's feelings, telling them like, oh, you're gonna be fine. You don't know that any, like, how are you gonna say that? You're just brushing it off, right? It's taking the time to understand, why does this person feel this way, right? And really connecting on that. So yeah, I think it's doesn't matter where your feelings stem from, it's still important,
Right.
no matter what. Um all right, well, last question. What does love mean to you?
You know what's funny? I was just talking to Tati about this today. um I've come more to the understanding myself on my journey that love is not a feeling. It's a choice.
Mm.
That's just it. Like, because I could love really anything. I can love anyone. But if I choose to be, or to have you or be with you in your life, or let's say in a relationship, if I have to choose to love you every day through thick and thin.
But what is love to you? What does you feeling love look like?
Whew, girl. I can say without giving too much tea.
Mm.
I think being heard.
Mm.
And I say that because when I had this person as my friend in my life, right? I remember feeling a certain way, not wanting to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and just broke out in tears. And the only thing he said was, "It's okay, let me hold you." Said not one word, nothing else but that.
Mm.
Didn't expect me to say what was wrong. Just let me feel it. And I love that. I love the fact that I was being heard. I was being acknowledged. I was being okayed in that sense to feel whatever I was feeling, that I was okay. And for me, that love, like, that's what I'm saying, it's a choice, because you chose to like be that soft with me
Mm.
when you didn't have to. You know, unconditional love, definitely everybody wants that, but in a sense for me, like, that's just God. Somebody's always going to have some sort of condition. Like, it's always going to be something. Somebody cannot fully love you. And that's why it's a choice for me.
The being heard triggered something in me.
honestly, it's different when you have a person that gives life to what you only thought.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most amazing and scary thing at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, what does love look like to you?
Wow.
I'm still learning because I don't think I've experienced a love that
That you need.
I need.
I get that.
I know how I am when I love someone. I've yet to find someone who knows how to love me. That, yeah.
Would you know what's the one thing that you would need to feel that?
Who knows what I need before I have to ask?
Mm,
Knows me well enough to say, I can see you're not having a great day. You don't even have to tell me. You know?
that's powerful. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not always as forthcoming.
Uh,
You know?
I know. That's a big one, right?
I'm
Already
glad
know.
for waterproof mascara right now.
It's a big one, right? It's
Hannah,
a.
fuck you for this shit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's
No,
okay.
honestly, I'm not sorry because I just see the progress in both of you, and I was more excited about this because I've been doing stuff like this on my own, right? Of just self-realizing things, and it's not easy, right? So I commend both of you, and and it helps whoever's listening to us too on these questions and really thinking about themselves and facing things that they really don't want to, and understanding, like it's okay not to be okay, right? Like it's okay that you require certain things and you deserve them. That doesn't mean that you have to set. And once you really become one within yourself and really learn self love, it's just going to naturally come to you, the right person. So that's some great work, everybody. Look at
No,
this.
you didn't. I don't think you answered the last two, by the way. You not slick. You
I
not
answered
low,
the other one,
low.
but what is love to me?
Yeah.
Definitely the being heard.
Mhm.
Eva triggered it in me. I had to take a deep breath. Um, being heard, for sure, is one of them. Um, not feeling wrong if I have certain feelings. Um, and honestly, I think that's one of my biggest one is not feeling wrong in anything, to be honest. Because that's one thing I do struggle with of like, maybe I'm not doing this good, or maybe I'm not doing this good for them, or maybe they don't like me because of this. So I think just getting shown that appreciation and acknowledgement of like you're good, you know? I would say that.
Yeah. I think definitely.
Your ghost is not happy right now. He heard you. He heard you.
Yeah, they just walked in. Um You know, I think there's just different levels for me of what love looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just want it to be a friendship on fire where I don't feel afraid.
Girl.
And I did think about this, and I know this one was gonna be the hardest question for me. Because I had this conversation slightly the other day of like somebody asked me, "What do you need or want in a relationship?" And I'm like, "Well, what do I need?" And in the moment, you just think of like the top answers, right? Whatever comes. But when you really sit and think about it, you definitely get different answers within yourself. And it connects straight to what does love look like for me? And it was more of like, I need to feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
I need to feel safe in a way of I won't be or feel away of the person in a space with them, whether it's in an actual space, whether it's in an emotional space. Um, and I need that safeness because I need the peace.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that's going to take me out of the flight or fight mode.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what love looks like for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, when that person can be your best friend, I think that's the most amazing part. When either or have an issue, be able to talk about it and not try to find a blame on it, but just how do we resolve this issue
Mm-hmm.
together? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're together, not against each other.
Exactly.
And when that happens,
Yeah.
it's amazing, honestly.
Yeah. Because like after I even I stopped talking with the person, I really kept thinking about it.
Hugo saying, "Are these questions on
Or
your socials, or will they
let's
be?"
work through these.
I'd love to work through these.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
so I'll
post
end
them.
on my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can post
I think
them.
that would be a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make a post for sure. I'm glad we could help. For like these are great questions, and
They are.
one thing I want you guys to keep in mind too, of like with that, like what does love look like, is you want someone to come along, and once you feel where where you feel
Here I am. Here I am.
bro, there's times that I'm not off topic real quick. There's times, right? Because I'm the one that really holds emotions, tighter, right? Like I don't cry as much. But the other day, she just took her hands on my face and was like looking at my hair, and she's like, "I love your hair. It's beautiful." Bro, took me out. And I'm just like, "Thank you." Like um but one thing I want you ladies to keep in mind is more of like once you get the feeling of somebody taking you out of your alpha energy without you needing to say it, and you're automatically could be, of course, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Um, where you could just be naturally feminine because they automatically take that role without being asked to. And you're going to find that peace there.
That.
Bro, I'm
That.
telling you, this week I've had,
Like.
this past weekend, I should say, like revelations of shit. So
That right there is exactly it. Because
That
we're
I don't
all
even know
very
what the fuck
alphas.
that is.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's we're all the alphas, right? We automatically have that, like, we're gonna take care of it ourselves, but that means that we just haven't had the right person to be there, because when you have the right person, they automatically take that role without being asked to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely, for me, in a sense, it gave me a thought that fairy tale love story, you know, that I believe in, it can exist.
It
You
can
know,
exist, yeah.
it definitely can. Like I said, when this person kind of just gives life to what you only thought could be possible, like in movies, on social medias or whatever, you know, like not the hype, the glam and all that, but like oh, we've been rocking since high school, or oh, we've been rocking for 20 years, like, oh, you know, we got married in our 40s and we're 80 now, you know, like that type of, it does exist.
It does.
You know, and when you find that person,
hold on to them.
When you find that person that, like you said, can take you out of your overcompensating or your masculine, or not take it away from you,
We'll take over,
but allow you to just be who you were meant to be, which is the
and be
beautiful queen
feminine,
you are.
and be able to be getting princess treatment, and
Exactly.
not have to stress, right? Feeling that comfort and peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's so much easier, and I was just talking about this, so much easier, because like us, in a sense, right, we love hard.
Mm-hmm.
We know how to love, and we love hard.
Yes.
But I also saw myself kind of now saying, okay, like, well, if you can give me that love, you still kind of have to earn it for me to give that back to you.
Yeah.
I wasn't as willing to give it back. Whereas to like now, it's like I can, and I'm okay with it.
You
know, and that's amazing for me.
It is.
Coming
a long way. No, honestly, ladies, I really love this. I think this was great. I think we had some breakthroughs. I'm gonna post those questions on our social media I know Hugo wants them, and whoever else wants to do their own self work. For yourself, right? I think it's important. What I also want to do is a part 2 of this, but for relationships. So if you're in a relationship and you want to be a guest with us and go through some questions, some of the questions I came across are pretty interesting. Like I'll name 3 of them. Something, if anyone listening, right? So like, let's say you're with somebody right now, a question you would ask them is, do I say the same things to criticize? Do I say the same things to you to like criticize my parents? Or like, how would their parents criticize each other? Do they replicate that? Has anybody else in my family been hurt the same way that you have? Or is my experience with my partner mirroring how my parents made me feel as a child? Bro, that one, I was like, wow. That's a big one. So there's definitely lots of questions with relationships that we can cover. I mean, we don't have to do it next week. We can wait a week, see who we get on. But if you're interested, message us.
Later.
I think it'll be great relationship work that we can do. Not for us. I mean, for people.
It'd be nice if we could have couples.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll bring couples on. That's why we can wait a week, see who we get on, and ask them these questions, or they could ask each other, and we can see how that pans out. I think that'll be interesting.
Okay.
But thank you for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate the comments. I appreciate the
love and support.
The love, the support, the steps that we're making.
I did not know what I was getting myself into.
I
Um,
told you I took a sneak peek. It wasn't pretty. I told you this. I
I
even
mean, how do
erased
you
you.
feel now? Before we go, how do you feel now?
I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm literally fine.
All
Yeah.
right.
There's some. It was interesting. Like the earlier questions, like, yeah, that makes more sense now, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But I got this in the bag. I'm like, I'm perfect. Duh.
No, it's
No, definitely.
definitely interesting when your brain connects to what exactly you're answering
Yeah.
Yeah.
within yourself. So, but no, love it. I hope everyone has a safe night. Have a great work week. We're excited to see you next Monday. Subscribe, share the live. Also, you can listen to it on Apple Podcast, Spotify. Um, yeah, thank you for joining. My name is Anastasia.
And I'm Eva the Diva.
And as always, logically valid be Mac. You guys have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.